this video of the week is going to be about table stretching your athletes. If you have a chance where you can manually stretch your athletes, it gives them a little bit of extra stretching for the hip flexors, their rectus femoris specifically, and the internal rotators of the hip joint and the external rotators. So Marcello's going to slide to the edge of the table with the middle of his butt right on the edge. And then he's going to lay back. Slide out to me a little bit. Come on to me a little bit more. There you go, right there. Sit back. Okay, then he's going to sit back. He's going to raise one leg up. So I'm going to take this leg and put a foot on my chest. I'm going to push him into flexion. Okay, not force him there, but go where he can go. I'm going to take the other leg and I'm going to push down. I'm going to hook with my foot his lower leg so that it doesn't spin out. And I'm going to apply pressure to that leg and stretch. Okay? Switch sides. I hook the foot with my foot so that I can push the heel underneath him so I can get a little bit more quad hip flexor in the stretch. Okay? This hip separation will get a really good stretch for the hip flexor psoas area. Okay? The next one, you're going to slide all the way back. We're going to get the internal and external rotators of the hip. Marcello's going to bend his knee to 90 degrees. I'm going to brace his leg, okay, so he doesn't move around a lot. I got all his weight of his leg in my hands. His knee is against my chest, and I'm just going to move him into hip flexion and get to a point where his end range is, not force him to his end range, and then I'm just going to turn his hip out slightly. Now his knee is lined up basically with his sternum. I don't want his knee outside of his body. So I line up with his sternum a little bit, move him into flexion, and then turn. Okay? I'm turning the femur with my hand. I'm not pushing on the ankle and cranking at the knee. So I'm bracing the femur and then turning him into hip stretch. I hold for about 15 seconds, move his femur into a perpendicular position with the table, and then I slightly introduce internal range of motion. And then I'll move him back into external, stretch again for 15, and then come back to internal and stretch again. Done. The next one's going to be off to the side, and this is a great stretch for not only hip flexors but more importantly rectus femoris. Okay, so Marcello's going to push his left knee up to his chest, and then he's going to grab with his right hand his right foot. So now he's in that hip separation position. I'm going to come in and face away from him, and I'm going to push this knee up a little higher, and then I'm going to push his knee down to the floor, okay, while he's holding. Now Marcello wants a wing out. He wants to point this knee towards the camera, but I have to make sure everything stays in line and faces the way I'm facing and pushes out, because we don't want that quad to be stretched from the outside position. We want straight lines. The next one, which has a hip separation position, and another quad stretch. His left leg is off the table, almost like in that Spider-Man stance. Marcello's going to move that foot up as high as he can go, like Spider-Man stance. I'm going to take the lower leg, I'm going to brace his low back, and I'm going to push his heel to his butt. And we're trying to get the heel maybe a fist away from the butt cheek. Okay? You're going to find athletes are pretty tight there, but gently move him into that range of motion and hold. Okay? And those are our best table stretches that we do before practice, after practice mostly, and after games mostly.